When the sun goes down, the stars come out. From deep in the heart of Texas, it's the Star at Night. Coming to you from the Cowboys facility at the Star in Frisco. With your hosts, Kelsey Charles and David Hellman.
Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of The Star at Night. I am David Hellman. She is Kelsey Charles. Kelsey, so when are the Cowboys playing the Baltimore Ravens? Have we nailed that down yet?
Great question, Dave. I feel like it's a bit fluid. So, your guess is as good as mine. I think we know right now, but I can't confirm nor deny when it will actually go down. So that's where we're at.
Will you indulge me for like 5 seconds?
Yes.
So, okay, the Cowboys were supposed to play the Ravens tomorrow night, Thursday Night Football, a week after Thanksgiving. We all know that's not happening. The game was moved to Monday. Currently, the game is scheduled for Tuesday, December 8th, which leads me to the payoff of, when's our game again? And if you were a pop punk freak like me in the mid-2000s, you're already singing it right now. We had a game. It was a Tuesday night. We walked alone to get the feeling right. No, I can't go any further than that, to be honest with you.
Great album. I wish you would have gone to the next line. Tom DeLonge is everything. So you just made my 14-year-old, words are hard, heart flutter. But
what if instead of what's my age again, I went full Tom DeLonge. I'm looking for the Cowboys-Ravens game, and I go, "Where are you?" How about that? No?
You're good today. Wow. This is impressive. Any Blink fans out there, I really hope you appreciate this as much as I do. But Dave, yeah, it's a bit of a weird scenario, and I think I've changed my tune because at first I was calling for a brunch game just for the sake of the chaos. And now I went to the side of, well, they're going to have extra time to recover and, kind of regroup after a tough week and a tough loss before this Ravens game. Well, what I'm realizing now is while they have extra time before Baltimore, their next outing against the Bengals, that's going to be pretty rushed. They're literally going to fly to Baltimore, probably get home around 3 a.m. on Wednesday morning, and then turn around, figure out what they can Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, get on a plane on Saturday, probably around 2 p.m., and fly to Cincy. So it's definitely not ideal in terms of the travel scenario. And it's big 2020 energy.
I don't have the energy, speaking of energy, I don't have the energy to get worked up about the time crunch or any of that. Let's even see if they play the game on Tuesday. Like, if we can accomplish that, we'll worry about the rest later. So that's just one hurdle to clear. Before that, though, how about we get into our Christmas wish lists? It is December. We're going to do that right after the break.
Hey there, everybody. Kyle Yeomans here with DallasCowboys.com, and I encourage all of you Cowboys fans out there to check out Talking Cowboys. The podcast is every week live on the website and on all social platforms at 9:30 every weekday morning. We've got myself alongside Isaiah Stanback, who's actually won one of those during his playing career as a former Dallas Cowboy. He won it with the Giants, but we'll forgive him for that. We've also got Heckma Harrison along with Dallas Cowboys insider Rob Phillips. It's a ton of fun every weekday morning at 9:30. Check it out on DallasCowboys.com.
Welcome back, Dave. All right, so the song goes Santa Baby, but I'm really not looking for a 54 convertible. I've got a couple other things on my list this year, and I think Cowboys Nation, they've got some requests of their own too. We sent out a tweet earlier trying to figure out what you as a fan base would ask for Christmas on your Cowboys list or the holidays this year. Got some pretty good responses. I'm going to go ahead and dive into some of my personal favorites really quickly for you. Spurs in Salsa, he says, a safety that would start on another NFL team. Yeah, that's what's on his list, Dave. Are you going to ask for the same thing?
I've been asking for that for like 5 years. You know, I'm a big fan of the holidays, but I feel like most of the things Cowboy fans are going to ask for, they can't get until the spring, i.e. new players. But yes, please, Cowboys, write it down on the top of your list for the spring or whenever. Safety, please. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm with you. Any upgrade in the secondary position, let alone someone that would actually truly be a starter, that makes a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my list as well, Dave. I am very aligned with Mr. Spurs and Salsa.
I'm sensing a theme based on the questions that producer Caden gave us to ask, because I'm the one that has to read the request from Mike, who says, fire defensive coordinator Mike Nolan and replace him with former defensive coordinator Chris Richard. So I will gladly take that bullet if you tell me what you think, I guess.
Sure. I mean, I feel like it's kind of funny that we're saying this now because I'm pretty positive people were calling for his head at some point. So it feels pretty hot and cold from the Cowboys fan base perspective. But you know what? He was able to do some pretty good things at one point for this team. So I'm not going to go as far as to fire Nolan yet, though. Although I will say his outings have been disappointing this season. I just feel like it's really difficult to judge really the performance this season because of a lot of different factors. So I'm going to go ahead and give him another year. Not going to put it on my list quite just yet. But I'm also not going to say that it's the most ridiculous thing I've heard in a hot minute. So how's that for a politically semi-correct answer?
Here's what we're not going to do. And I say this as somebody who is embarrassed by how bad the Cowboys defense has been at times this year. The holidays are hard enough. They're even harder during a pandemic. We're not going to call for people's jobs as a holiday bit. I don't like that. Like, Mike Nolan's job security will take care of itself at some point, whether that's after the season or next season, I don't know, but like the holidays are hard enough without wishing for people to get fired. So no, Mike, you take these next 4 games and see what you can do with them, my guy.
You take this defensive coordinator because he's yours and you better like him. All right, so someone that we hope is going to be on the team next year, at least according to Dana B, and I would assume / truly hope that a lot of you feel the same way, she's wishing for Dak in a Cowboys jersey next season. Little heart emoji.
You know, I think Dana's going to get her Christmas wish. Like, I think you can go ahead and put the Dak Prescott jersey under the tree this year, because I do think he will be on the team in 2021. And if he's not...
Bury me.
That's morbid. Fair, but morbid. What I was going to say is I think there will be some Cowboy executives who deserve coal in their stocking if he's not on the team in 2021. Let's put it that way. But I mean, bury me too, because that's how I feel after watching 6 games without him. All right, I got one more for you. It hinges on you paying attention to celebrity boxing, but after the turn that Snoop Dogg took narrating that Jake Paul, Nate Robinson fight, Felipe Peralta says, I want Snoop Dogg calling a Cowboys game, and oh my God, I don't think I've ever heard a better idea.
I think that's easily the best idea I've heard in a hot minute. Snoop Dogg makes everything better, let alone a losing season. I don't even think the Cowboys would have to be performing well for it to be entertaining. There's a compilation on the internet of him calling different sports, and it was nothing short of pure gold. So drop it like it's hot and give it to me.
I'm positive he could, like, after watching him narrate that boxing match, that atrocious boxing match, he could make comedy gold with a bad Cowboys game. But listen, okay, I'm at a loss for a good segue having just talked about Snoop Dogg. But, I mean, we do have a musician on the show, so we got Randy Rogers up next. Stay with us.
Hi guys, Mickey Spagnola here, and if you want the best analysis on the Dallas Cowboys during the season, join us every day during the week on Mix Shots. We come on at 1:30 on DallasCowboys.com and all the other Dallas Cowboy platforms. I'm on there every day, along with Bill Jones and former Cowboys cornerback Everson Walls, who gives us a unique perspective on the team, having played this game and having led this team in interceptions for several years. So don't forget, it's Mix Shots Daily, 1:30 on DallasCowboys.com.
Welcome back to this next segment delivered by Favor. Guys, again, if you are not signed up for Favor, just a heads up, all new users, first 2 weeks of delivery is free. I've said it before, I'll say it again, you can't afford not to, but they are bringing in the heavy hitters for today's guest segment. Y'all, we have the one and only Texas country and just country legend in general, Randy Rogers, joining us today. Randy, what's up?
Hey.
Legend.
Hey, Randy.
I wouldn't say legend. Not legendary. Not yet.
Hey, I'll call you a legend.
Yeah, we'll do the gassing up. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly. I'm a fan. I can say that. So Randy, you're a big Cowboys fan, but before we go into full Cowboys talk with you, I want to congratulate you. Randy Rogers Band, y'all are celebrating 20 years together. That's a pretty big milestone. I mean, what's it been like? It's kind of a weird year to celebrate, I would imagine, but just the longevity and tenure you guys have put together, reflecting on that, you have any thoughts and just words for the people on what it's been like, the journey?
Well, it's just like a marriage, and so time apart is a good thing. So 20 years in 2020 definitely has been much different than the years previous. Usually we would spend 200 to 225 dates on the road, traveling, playing shows, and then trying to get back home together. And so we haven't seen each other as much, and maybe that's a good thing for the old marriage.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right?
It sure does. 2021 is going to be amazing.
Which obviously, the hope is obviously, 2021, we all want everything to be a little bit more normal. But I'm curious, this is a really weird time for everybody. Obviously, everything was shut down throughout the spring and the summer, and people are trying to figure out what they can get away with doing right now or what they feel safe doing. I mean, for a musician, obviously, I know y'all have played a handful of shows, since some of those restrictions lifted, but how do you kind of feel your way about, what you feel comfortable doing, or, just what being a live musician can be like while you're trying to cope with the pandemic?
Well, it's been tough. It's been really hard on the crew. All the people that work for bands, not just mine, bus drivers, lighting technicians, sound engineers, publicists. The trickle-down effect in our industry is enormous. And so my heart goes out to all those crew members and the people, quote unquote, behind the scenes. Yes, I play guitar and sing for a living. I can do that in your backyard for a socially distanced party of 15 people, which I have been doing some of that. I've still been able to play a few shows here and there. But as far as us touring the East Coast and the West Coast and all those venues and all of our friends all throughout the country that we're normally used to seeing 2 or 3 times a year, it's been tough on a lot of those venues and those club owners and promoters, as well as the musicians and their crew guys. So it's a big, huge family. The music industry is a big, huge family, and it's been tough.
Yeah, I can imagine. So I want to switch gears and talk about the Cowboys a little bit. I see the star on your hat representing.
Speaking of tough.
That. Yeah. Let's talk about another difficult subject. Why don't we? So you grew up a Cowboys fan, obviously being that you're from Texas. Tell us about truly, your history with this team, some of your favorite memories, how you became a fan. I'm sure we'll dive into this season, unfortunately, a little bit here in a minute, but let's talk about the history of your fandom first.
Yeah, so I grew up there in Johnson County, just south, and grew up diehard Cowboy fan, bleed blue. That's what I tell everybody. I get emotional about the Cowboys. I think we all do, but I get exceptionally emotional on losses. And, I think for me, it was the Aikman years, Irving. Obviously, I was a young man and impressed by that team and the way they dominated for so long while I was, there in Johnson County and in close proximity to the stadium. I live down south now in New Braunfels, Texas, and I have all little girls, so I don't get to go to as many football games as I used to. But it was just embedded in the culture in Johnson County. Grew up a football fan. I didn't play football because I could play guitar, so why play football when you can play guitar?
Exactly.
I couldn't hit a curveball.
Yeah.
I couldn't hit a curveball, so there was no baseball happening. But I could play guitar and sing when I was like 12, so I went with what God gave me. But never played football, so I think that makes me even a bigger football fan. My little brother grew up, played 4 years in Cleburne, Texas, Cleburne High School football. Then he went on to Hardin-Simmons, played 4 years of football there. So football's kind of been in our family for a long time. And I've just been a huge fan. I've enjoyed the sport. I've enjoyed watching it unfold, even in seasons like this. I'm still rooting for the Cowboys every week to week. And some of the players I've got to, be around and be on the field and get my picture made on the Star and, be on the sidelines for games. And I've had some really unique moments. One of the playoff games, I worked the phones. My friend worked for the Cowboys for many years, and I worked the phones. But I was on the Giants sidelines, and I had to go hand the phone to Eli.
No way.
Eli Manning. It was really interesting.
Like the bench phones, like the calling up to the coordinator. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I was on the enemy sideline, so there was that.
You're like, sorry, Eli, I dropped it. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, he was so nice, though. Of course, he's great, and
of course.
And so then George Dunn was the voice of the Cowboys for so long, and I got to go up in the booth one year, and as they walked onto the field, I got to say, "And now, get on your feet for your Dallas Cowboys!" So I was like, my blood pressure had to have been through the roof for that one. I was bouncing off the walls for the rest of the game. Yeah,
so probably thought you were like,
really
great job.
I've had some really great Cowboy moments. Jerry Jones invited us to play at training camp one year, and our band played out on the field at the Alamo Dome with another band named Intocadle. That was a fantastic day for me. Got to hang out. I was really in Romo's. That was when Romo was becoming the leader, and got to be around him and be around the team. And Jay Novacek called me the other day for something. I don't know. I've always been a huge fan and always been around it, and I still love it.
That's awesome.
So, you kind of gave us a hint to this answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway because I mean, unfortunately this is the predominant topic for this team. Is you got 4 or 5 games left. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere promising, but maybe it is. So, are you the fan that is rooting for the win no matter what, no matter how bitter the circumstances, or there's the other side of this where people are saying, let's worry about draft picks and get this team better for the future? How do you kind of come down on that?
Well, I understand it's a business. It's like my industry. There's music, and then there's a music business, right? So it's two completely different things. So I would trust people in the front office to make those decisions as far as what's best from the business standpoint. As a fan, I hate the Eagles. I'm going to root against the Giants. I'm going to pray that the Redskins lose. You get my drift here. I mean, I like to see wins. I like to see wins, but I also understand people have to do their jobs, and sometimes doing your job isn't always the most popular thing. So I'll just leave it kind of open-ended.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Very politically correct. I like that. He gets the entertainment industry, if you will. All right. So, Randy, we're going to play a game with you in honor of Hold My Beer Volume 2, which is out this year with your buddy Wade, who was on our show a few weeks back. So this is a pretty little fun segment. I'm going to throw some scenarios out to you and Dave. And if you're concerned, freaking out, you do not feel good about it, you are going to drink. If you are like, listen, you know what? It's not ideal, but I'm not going to. It's not the end of the world. I'm going to hold my beer. Okay? Are y'all ready?
We're basically doing this segment as an excuse for me to drink a beer during a work day. So cheers, everybody.
We're already all drinking, so it's a good start. It's a good start.
I have a little sparkling water.
That's however, much more responsible.
You don't know necessarily what's inside the sparkling water.
Yes. Perfect.
I wasn't ready. All right. All right, so first up, number 1, Zach Martin, Cameron. Y'all, they're injured. Knee and the strain, they're going to be out a few weeks. Are you holding your beer or are you drinking? Me too.
Pound for pound, probably best player.
Yes, please. Took the words right out of my mouth. Listen, I want to see some Cowboys wins, but without better tackles, I just don't. I'm nervous about what this next month is going to look like. So I'm actually going to drink again. Hang on.
Yeah, I am too.
Okay.
I am not loving the situation at hand. Having him go down during the game and writhing in pain. I can't even say it because it was just so painful to watch. It was just, I felt like my soul was sucked out of my body. So not ideal. Definitely had to drink for that. All right. Another player on the Dallas Cowboys team, he is pretty well known. Some would call him the best player at times, but he really hasn't been playing up to those standards this year. Ezekiel Elliott. He leads the league in unfortunate standings. He is number 1 in running backs in fumbles with a total of 6. Are you drinking, Randy, or are you holding your beer with this stat? How concerned are we?
I'm holding my beer. Some of those fumbles have been iffy.
Okay.
Some of those fumbles have been flukes. I think those are flukes. I still think he's top 5 running back in the league. He's going to be just fine. He'll bounce back too.
I appreciate that.
I agree. I think Zeke will be fine when he has his line and his quarterback back. But I don't think there's a way around it. It's been a disappointing season for the guy. I would have liked to have seen him be able to carry more of this load with all of these injuries. It just hasn't happened. It's not completely his fault, but I'm still going to have a sip or two.
All right.
Yeah, I say it's not his fault, but I'm holding my beer on that one.
That's fair.
Keeping the faith, Zeke. We still love you. All right, let's switch gears, go to the other side of the ball. DeMarcus Lawrence on the defensive end of things. He has yet to reel in a multi-sack game this season. Are we holding our beer or are we drinking? And how concerned are we that really the performance hasn't been what we would have hoped?
I want to see what Randy does here.
I'm holding my beer as well.
Holding our beers.
Holding my beer.
We are holding. Yeah. DeMarcus Lawrence is a hell of a player. He has gotten a lot better over the last 5 or 6 weeks. Yeah, maybe he's not leading the league in sacks. He gets takeaways. He's gotten them in 2 games. He plays fantastic against the run. Maybe that's not what people want to hear. DeMarcus Lawrence is so far down this team's list of problems.
Yeah, I'm with you there, and I would be very scared to say anything bad about him. Holding my beer.
That is an excellent point. That is an excellent point. Like, in
case I get a sideline pass.
Good point.
If I get a sideline pass, what's up, bro?
DeMarcus is like, he might be at the top of my list of like people who I want like having my back in a bar fight or something. Like, yeah, I wouldn't. So that's a fantastic point.
Yeah, between him and Jay Ratliff, those are 2 guys who played on the Cowboys who I would love to have in my corner in a rough situation. So
your entourage.
Yes. I love it. All right. So I mentioned that Wade came on our show, and producer Caden, go ahead and show us a little something that he had to say about you, my friend.
Ooh.
Who wore it better in this scenario?
I didn't see Dak in a cowboy hat, so I don't know. I got to default to Dak there. He looks pretty good. I'm pretty proud of him.
I'm drinking on that.
What? Don't tell your guy, Randy.
It didn't matter who you put on the other side of that deal. I'm not going to vote for Randy Rodgers for anything.
All right.
Oh, rude.
So we need to ask you now because you have been disrespected, and we just had to make sure you were aware. And so now, Randy, we ask you, who wore it better? Your turn for a rebuttal.
Well, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna take the high road and say that definitely Wade Bowen is wearing it better in that photo only because of the $6,000 suit that he has on
Oh,
versus Troy's free Dallas Cowboy T-shirt. Wranglers, he probably got free. Definitely the free Stetson, and likely a free jacket. Oh,
free football too, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
So I'll go with
Troy
Wade.
didn't pay for anything.
Yeah.
I don't think Troy paid for that outfit, no.
That is very kind of you, Randy, after Wade came on
Troy.
our show and dogged you. At $6,000,
given the chance, I'm going to take the high road every single time. Wade, low blows all the time.
You know, everyone just so we know, this is a character issue now. So, Randy, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate you coming on the show. Give the good people an idea of where they can find you, some of the good stuff you and your band and Wade are working on, so they can make sure they follow along throughout this year and beginning of next.
Luckily, I will be in your neck of the woods January 1st and 2nd. We're playing Billy Bob's. So,
yes.
Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, we will see you there. Get your tickets, randyrogersband.com. BillyBobSexes.com also has them. And we can't wait for 2021. And got new music in the can. Got something really special coming out, hopefully first quarter of next year, and back in the studio to make some more music too. So
awesome! All right,
Kelsey, we will be there. Let's just go ahead and will that into existence.
Come hang out with us at their show January 1st, Billy Bob's. So we will definitely be there for that. Randy, thanks for joining us, guys. We are not done yet here at the Star at Night. Got more coming up for you next. So go ahead and stay with us.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
What's up, guys? I'm Ember Garcia, and just want to invite you to check out Cowboys Break every day at 11:30 a.m. You got the boss man, Derek Eagleton. You got Nick Eman with the storytelling If These Walls Could Talk. You got David Hellman, our local LSU homer and eyebrow rubber. And then you got me, who just calls it as it is. So make sure to check us out at 11:30 a.m. on all Dallas Cowboys platforms.
All right, Dave. So breaking news for you. Well, I guess not exactly anymore, but I'm going to call it breaking news nonetheless. One of my all-time favorites, the one and only Desmond Bryant, is officially now on a 53-man roster. Not ours. That's okay. He's on the Ravens. So in light of him coming back and making a resurgence into the National Football League, I would like to ask you, who would you like to see make a comeback in the league? And I'm going to restrict it a bit and make it Cowboys players. Okay.
All right. Before I answer that, I've got an answer, but like Des, I love you, but don't torch us. Don't torch us on Tuesday night. Like, I don't know if I can handle Des Bryant going off for like 2 touchdowns and 100 yards against his former team. For me, it would be Travie Freds, the Beard himself. I wasn't prepared for him to retire. Like, it was a brief career by NFL offensive lineman standards. I hope he's happy. I'm confident that he is still doing great work in the Dallas community. But like, I just miss watching him play catch with Zach Martin before games, and also being a all-around badass. So, yeah, that would be fun to have 72 back in the lineup. What about you?
Oh, I definitely second that motion. Love me some Travis Frederick. I'm going to stay in line with the O-line and take it back a little bit further, though. Give me Larry Allen, especially this season. Yeah.
He could play like every position.
I know. That's what we need. He literally is the juice that would make this Cowboys team go this year. I just feel like it would be the value add this Cowboys team needs. But I'm not done yet. I'm going to go ahead and break my own rules and not just give you one answer. I'm going to give you 2. Dave, are you ready for my other player? Because it's on the opposite side of the football.
Okay.
Defensive mastermind, incredible, amazing, now Super Bowl champion, but number 1 in your hearts, number 94 on the field. Give me DeMarcus Ware, please.
So Hell yeah. Wait, all right. So are we getting all of these guys? Like, so we've got Frederick and Allen on the line, and we're adding DeMarcus Ware to DeMarcus Lawrence.
We're cherry picking our own team. It's a super team.
Shoot, let's just throw Romo in there too to play behind this line, and all of a sudden, like, let's go win this damn division and win the Super Bowl. Like,
is Romo the quarterback that you're choosing to bring back?
I mean, he.
Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
Over Aikman. Is this what we're saying right now? I just need to make sure I'm clear. Because you had your choice at any Cowboys player, and you just chose Romo, which is fine because I love Romo. But are you saying Staubach and Aikman? You're going to choose Romo.
I mean, I already said it, so yeah, why not?
You did say
let's
it.
Just
Producer
roll
Caden,
with Tony Romo.
This is your moment. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're basking in this Tony Romo glory.
Tony Romo knows how to play with the playoffs on the line in a bad NFC East. He did it like 8 times. So it's nothing new for him. So just get in there, Tone. Larry Allen and Travis Frederick will keep you safe, hopefully. And God, what a mess.
We've built the ultimate team. I think it's incredible. It's amazing. Proud of us for that. And I just cannot wait for you to be held accountable for your Tony Romo comments because you know it's coming. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you tuning in. As always, for David Hellman, I am Kelsey Charles. This has been another episode of The Star at Night. We will see you guys next time.